How do you create striking images with experimental pinhole photography? Imagine capturing a picture that looks like a dream or a painting, something that feels both familiar and strange. That's what makes experimental pinhole photography so exciting. It's a way to turn simple tools into art that surprises and inspires. To start, you need a basic camera, a light-proof box with a tiny hole called a pinhole. This pinhole acts like a lens, letting in light and projecting an inverted image onto your light-sensitive material, usually photographic paper or film. The size of the pinhole is very important. A smaller pinhole creates sharper images but needs longer exposure times. A larger pinhole lets in more light but can cause blurring or soft focus. You can make your own camera from everyday objects like cans, cardboard boxes, or even fruit like bell peppers. Just punch a tiny hole in one side and line the inside with black paint to prevent light leaks. The distance from the pinhole to the paper inside, called the focal length, influences how large and detailed your image will be. Longer focal lengths produce bigger images but requiring more precise construction. When choosing materials, you can experiment with different types of paper or even translucent colored plastics to add tint or texture to your images. Using colored or textured materials can give your photographs a unique artistic feel. Because pinhole cameras don't have lenses, exposure times are longer, sometimes from several seconds to several hours or even days. For example, capturing the sun's path across the sky in a process called solarography can take months. To get good results, set up your camera on a sturdy tripod and be patient. The longer the exposure, the more you need to keep the camera still. Composition in pinhole photography relies on shapes, shadows, and light patterns since everything in the frame is in focus. Think about framing interesting objects, unusual perspectives, or abstract forms. Don't worry about perfect focus. Embrace the softness and distortions that come with the process. These imperfections can make your images more intriguing. You can also experiment by changing the size of the pinhole or the distance between the pinhole and the paper. Sometimes, covering parts of the pinhole or adding filters can produce unexpected effects. After developing your images, you can scan them into a computer and tweak contrast or invert tones to create different moods. Combining traditional darkroom techniques with digital editing allows you to push your creative boundaries further. Overall, experimental pinhole photography is about making your own camera, playing with materials, and embracing surprises. It's a hands-on way to reconnect with the basics of light and image making while creating images that are mysterious, beautiful, and truly one of a kind.